Design is perhaps one of the most important stages in the software and app development process. However, for anyone not familiar with the process, they often confuse it as one person's job to draw your vision up onto paper and add colors and branding. The truth is, the process is far more complex. Hi, I'm Matt from Spring Digital, and in today's video, we're going to look at the app and software design process, and more importantly, what are the differences between UI and UX design? Whatever the project you're involved in, the journey of all design starts with research. Without a fundamental understanding of who the digital product is being built for, what are their demographics, personas, and other important information are, the design is doomed for failure. Once completed, we have two distinct paths your design must take: the UI path and the UX path, and let's take a look at these. UI, or user interface design, is essentially dealing with everything that you see in the app and the users interact with. The UI is not only focused on the look and aesthetics, but also on the device's responsiveness, interface efficiency, and accessibility too. Imagine you got onto an aeroplane and the seat was ripped. The rubbish was still on the seat from the last passenger, and the tray table, it was broken. Not happy, right? This is the same as bad UI in the digital space. UI design provides answers to the pre- and post-sales questions a user is asking when browsing your sales page, your demo, or free trial. Can I read and understand what the product does? Can I trust the product? Will this product make my life better? Will I spend my money here? The immediate impression left by UI design will often mean the difference between securing a new customer or having them head back to Google and they keep looking. Let's look now into UX, or user experience. Quite often, this is described as the feel of the product. One way to think of UX design is to consider the entire process or journey a user experiences when interacting with a product. This includes the paths they can take, the workflows they are interacting with, and the two-way engagements in which they have with your product. As experts in this field, excelling in this space is far from accidental. The most successful UX design comes from successfully answering three key questions of every user in 1 to 3 seconds. Where am I? What can I do? And where can I go? Since UX and UI designers often work closely together, it's common for UX and UI to be confused with one another. So let's take a look at the differences between them. Number 1, the look versus the feel. UX and UI design play related but very different roles in the development of an app or software product. As I said earlier, UI design involves the look of the product. Think the visual components and interactive elements, whereas UX design focuses on the overarching feel of the product and the interactions that will lead to a meaningful, relevant experience for the user. Number 2 is designing versus prototyping. UX and UI designers might be working on the same digital product, but they can have very different tasks, objectives, and goals. UX designers will focus on creating wireframes and prototypes that form the basis of the user flow through the product, whilst UI designers work hard to ensure the product and design attract, excite, and engage with the user. Number 3 is the level of the product being looked at. UI designers get down into the details. They work through individual pages, banners, buttons, and interactions, ensuring they are beautifully polished and functional. This granular level of work is so important to the product development process, as it's often the 1% of design that makes good design great. Just take a look around at apple.com. You'll very quickly see what difference a 1% makes. Just as important is the UX designer's approach to design. They take a higher level view of the product, ensuring the user flow can be navigated easily and intuitively interacted with. I hope you've enjoyed this video on the differences between UI and UX design. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Though they have a different lens on design and differing design responsibilities, UX and UI make a product just work and lead to a positive, intuitive user journey, leaving a lasting impression on your users. Till next time.